Welcome to the 18th Annual PEGASYS Awards program, live from our PEGASYS studio. And it's wonderful to see all of you guys here. We actually are live with tons of volunteers present, all of whom are eagerly awaiting to find out the results of this year's PEGASYS video competition. My name is Lauren Stefanelli. I'm delighted to share this program with you folks at home, as well as all of the people who are joining us here in the studio. Tonight we are honoring the best of the programs produced in year 2002. Each year for the past 18 years, this is our 18th one, we have had a competition it's a competition, but it's really also a celebration. It's intended to celebrate all of you sitting out here. It's intended to celebrate all of your work, all of your effort, all of the free time that you put in, not paid by anybody, but just out of a labor of love and enjoyment of your community and having an outlet for your creativity and wanting to share information with your community. This program and this Access Center is really here for you and in honor of you guys. So each year what we do at Time Warner is try and recognize that and try and celebrate that and make the community aware that we have a really precious resource here. And part of the precious resource is not just the studio and the sticks and the stones and the cameras, but the most precious resource is all of you sitting out there, all of the people that made all of these programs. So, hey, what the heck? Let's give ourselves a hand. And to open things up before we get started, I'd like to have our General Manager, Tom Doheny, come up and say a few words to us. He represents Time Warner Cable, who provides this facility. Nice to see you, Tom.
Thank you. As Lauren said, in case you don't know me, my name is Tom Doheny, and I'm the General Manager here, and I want to also welcome you to the 2003 PEGASYS Awards. We at Time Warner really appreciate your participation in providing programming to our subscribers, and we value what you do. And tonight, as we honor the best of the best, I would like to thank our staff. Lauren Stefanelli, our director. Lauren's celebrating 15 years now. And I know that I share your feelings when I say how lucky we are to have somebody who is as thoughtful and as thorough as Lauren is. So, thank you. Our staff, Paul Smith and Mike Fairbanks. We all realize without Paul and Mike, we just couldn't do what we do for the community and our company, and we thank them very much also. I just wanted to add that this year there was a little more focus on our operation due to the franchising process, and I do want to just reiterate our commitment to what we do here. I think that there will be changes, but we stand firm in our commitment for the value that we provide not only to our subscribers but to the community. And I ask that we continue to work together to find ways to provide more programming and to find a way to provide this benefit for more people. Thank you again for coming, and congratulations to all of you finalists.
Okay, let me take another minute. There's somebody else, three other people in fact, that we really need to thank that we really couldn't do this program without at all. Obviously, all of you who produce the programs that are in the competition. We couldn't do it without you guys, and we couldn't do it without Time Warner, obviously. And another group of people have made this possible, and that's our judges. We have 3 independent judges every year, and every year I hit up somebody different. I try not to make the same people do it again because they do it for free as a labor of love, and it takes hours and hours and hours to look through all of the tapes. We had about 35 entrants this year, and they had to watch all of them, and they had to go through all the agonizing decisions of weighing one against another and doing them over again and writing constructive comments and so on, and getting the tapes back to us by the deadline, some of them had a hard time with that last part. And since we have one of our 3 judges has come tonight, I'd like you, Harvey, to stand up here on behalf of everybody, and let's give you a big hand, Harvey Gitlin. The other 2 judges I'd like to mention by name, Jim Blizzard, who is the boy, I'm stumbling over his title now. I got somebody's title wrong today, and they really weren't happy with that. But he is in charge of doing all of the government access programming. He works at the county courthouse, and all of the programming from the county legislature that you guys see every week is coming from there, and all produced by Jim Blizzard. So Jim Blizzard's another one of our judges who's not here. Our 3rd judge was Margaret Grace, who is a teacher at Dryden High School, and she has just started last year trying to get her students to start producing video. Time Warner has given them an initial grant of equipment, which they matched with some equipment of their own, and they created a 4-credit course, just like Ithaca High School and the Alternative Community School has done. And Margaret Grace has worked really, really hard to try and make that same dream blossom in her school. And in addition, she took time out of her busy schedule, and she served as one of our 3 judges. So thank you, Margaret Grace. Okay, now let me kind of outline how the rest of the program is going to go. We have 9 categories for our programs. If you entered a show, you might notice as you look at the categories on your program here that there's some slight alterations from what you saw when you actually entered the tape. Sometimes if we don't have enough programs to make up to have any competition in a category, the category has to fold up. And in this one case, we created a category that didn't even exist because we got so many programs of that type of programming. We had in the special interest category so many programs that were sports shoots that we actually broke the special interest category in half and put all the sports shows together. So you'll see on your program that there's a sports category. It's the first time we've had a sports category in I can't even remember how long, and I'm really, really excited to see that happen. Ithaca High School has started covering basketball games within the last few months, and that's really exciting. Obviously, Ithaca College has been covering sports for a long time, but it's interesting to see the diversity and the number of sports shows. I think we got a wrestling show from down here at Access too. So we've got quite a lot of diversity in sports for the first time in a long time. One category that we almost always have, in fact, we always have, we've never not had it until this year when we shuffled things around a bit and people could choose one category or another. We actually don't have a talk show category this year. That's very strange because some of our talk shows, obviously talk shows are one of the things that come out of this studio more than almost any other show. But the talk shows can choose other categories to enter in if they want, if it fits, if it's a comedy show, if it's a special interest, if it's a news or informational show, and all of the talk shows except one chose to enter one of those other categories. And since only one talk show was left in the talk show category, I had to fold that into the next most logical one. So you'll find that there's not a talk show category. Other than that, things are pretty much the way that they got entered. There are 9 categories. You'll see things from produced at PEGASYS, produced at Ithaca College, produced at Ithaca High School, at the Alternative Community School, and at the Tompkins County Library, Tompkins County Government, all put in here together. All of them show on our local PEG channels, 13, 15, 16, 76, and 78. All of them are showed on one of those channels within the past 12 months, within 2002. And all of them are competing together. However, when we get done doing the awards for each of those 9 categories, we have 4 more awards to give out. These are the best of public access and the best of educational/governmental access. The 2 highest scoring public access shows and the 2 highest scoring educational or governmental access shows will be sent on by Time Warner to a national access competition called the Hometown Awards. So sometimes it happens, and in fact it happened this year too. Out of the 4 tapes that we're sending on, 2 of them did not win in their categories. So even if you don't win in your category, it's possible that you might have come out a winner of the best of educational or the best of public access anyway. So don't give up all hope, because 2 out of those 4 are going to be surprises at the end because they didn't win in their category in the beginning. And the other two did, so they'll end up walking home with 2 awards. And that's kind of just the way it goes. Shows are judged on a 5-point system, so all the shows have a number attached to them, and that's what we use to figure out which shows are those grand prize winners, as it were. Anyway, so that's the way that's all going to go. And when this is all done, stick around because I have some, I would call them door prizes, but it's pretty much everybody that comes gets to walk away with something. Nobody walks away empty-handed. I would hate for that to happen. So I've got all kinds of little goodies stashed away here. So at the end, I'm going to have you all up for a group photo, and then I'm going to give away goodies. So don't run away immediately when we're done. Okay, so now I'd like to start with our first category, music and arts. We're going to be having clips of every single program that entered that you're all going to be able to enjoy here. And in the music arts category, we have 5 entrants, and I'm going to read them all off for you in advance. The first is Much Ado About Nothing, which is a videotape of a performance, free theater performance this past summer, produced by Brian Van Kampen. The second is Grassroots 2002, Pat and Johnny, produced by Richard Rabba and Lori Hanley. Lori Hanley, by the way, is sick. She's home watching this TV show. Lori, I hope you're getting better. Soon, we're thinking about you. The third is Magic Through Time, produced at Ithaca College by Adam Levy and Alex Pryor. The fourth is, I don't think I can pronounce this. Let's see. Super Magnifluorescence. How's that, Marcus? Am I close? Oh, okay, produced by Marcus McCarroll. Marcus told me about this show that when he came to Ithaca, he needed a word to describe how wonderful Ithaca was, and he made up this word to describe Ithaca. Nothing less would do. And the fifth is No Idea by Mike Brutvan. Okay, we've got clips of all of those shows, and let's take a look at them now. Has Senor Mount Ponto returned from the wars or not?
I know none of that name, lady. There was none such in the army of any sort.
My cousin means Senor Benedict of Padua.
Oh, he's returned, and as pleasant as ever he was.
They set up his bills here in Messina and challenged Cupid at the flight. My uncle's fool, reading the challenge, subscribed for Cupid and challenged him at the burgle. I pray you, how many have he killed and eaten in these wars? But how many has he killed? For indeed, I promised to eat all of his killing.
No, I ain't gonna do like I've done before. No, I ain't gonna do like I've done before. No angels, oh my Lord, no, I ain't gonna do like I've done before. No, I ain't gonna tell no lies no more.
This category was a really hard one for the judges to judge. Actually, they all had one clear favorite, and yet they sort of thought that the one clear favorite was so well produced that we really ought to give 2 awards. So we're giving 2 awards in this category, and I'm going to announce the one that is the winner first, and that is Magic Through Time by Adam Levy and Alex Pryor. And are you? Come on up. Okay, this is the station manager of ICTV, and your name is?
Red Tannenbaum.
Red Tannenbaum. And so accepting on behalf of Adam Levy and Alex Pryor. And I'd like to read off some of the people that participated in this production, if I may. Let's see, we've got Peter Busa, Stefan Tannenbaum.
That's the same person.
The same person as you?
Yeah.
Okay. Ryan Christie, Kevin McLaughlin, Julie Scott, William Hay, and Catherine Fensel, all of whom we'd like to give certificates to. And our congratulations. Would you just like to say a word or two about what it takes to do a production like that?
Sure.
Sure.
I got to participate in this production, and it was a big project. When it was first proposed, we didn't know what was going to happen. We didn't know how the magic was going to take place. But Adam Levy really came through. He did a great job putting it together, coordinating all the people who would working with the dancers, working with the magician, to make sure that our cameras and we were ready to shoot that night. He did a great job, and he'll be very pleased to receive this award. Thank you.
Congratulations. Well, next time you guys go to an event and you see cameras there from obviously local people, whether they're students or townies at the Haunt or the Grassroots Festival or wherever, it's a lot more than it looks like to take a camera to an event and put together something, especially something like this with multiple cameras. But even if it's with one camera, it's a lot of work to pick out the good things, to get really good audio. And so we're really happy to give a second award in this category as well to the second runner-up, which is No Idea by Mike Brutvan. And come on up, Ananda. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Would you like to say a couple words about, I thought that was a particularly nice one too, Ananda said.
Well, yeah, Nanda said that was her favorite episode of No Idea Ever, and it's only taken 4 years to get her to admit to liking any of them. So, but you'll see more of Ananda later.
I know what she said about it last year. She said, well, it's not The Simpsons, you know. Okay, congratulations. For our second category, we have a special presenter who is with us. I'd like to bring our presenter up, Mimi Melagrito. If you'd like to come to the front, please. Mimi is one of the angels of public access. Mimi helps us by serving as a program host for some of the programs which allow not-for-profit organizations to just come on and talk about events and issues that they have without having to go to the trouble of producing their own TV show. And Mimi helps them by letting them know about this place and bringing them down and serving as the show host. So she's been doing that for us for quite a few years. And she's sort of like Shirley Temple when she was six years old was called One Take Temple. Mimi is like that too. She never has to start over. She's always a consummate professional. Unlike me, I'm always starting over. But Mimi always does it right the first time. And she's sort of our example of, if you want to see how to do a talk show right, watch Mimi do it, because she'll do it correctly. She's also really appropriate for the special interest category because she's tied in with practically every organization in town, and keeping her significant other out of jail by having close ties to the police department as well. You said it. So I'd like Mimi to present the special interest category. Mimi?
Thank you. Thank you, Lauren. If Lauren wasn't going to say something about my involvement, I was going to say something, because I really, really appreciate it. With a very challenging job, it's so good to be called by Lauren or Paul Smith, Mimi, would you host a show? This has been so wonderful for me, and certainly not a contribution from me to the community, but really a contribution of the community to me. So I appreciate it. being asked to host Pegasus Presents. Tonight, there are 4 shows that are competing for the special interest. And in fact, there are 2 producers. The first 3, The Falls of Tompkins County, produced by Leonard Bailey, and The Colors of Fall, and The Flowers in Bloom, all produced by Leonard Bailey here at Pegasus. And then the 4th one, Starlight Presents, produced by Gary A. Tracy, and produced also at Pegasus. And now we would like to see the clips.
It's been an interesting experience for the entire 14 years that I've been in the Assembly, but the past 2 years that I've chaired the Committee on Mental Health, Mental Retardation, and Developmental Disabilities has been an extraordinarily productive time for me, an exciting time, a challenging time, and a time for my own self-awareness and education. So it has been, it's a good way to go out. I feel like I'm going out on top in a number of ways, but certainly on top of an issue that I was conversant with but not knowledgeable about. I feel that I much more completely understand issues concerning mental health now than I did before, and actually hope to remain active in the field in one way or another.
And the winner in the special interest category goes to Starlight Presents, produced by Gary A. Tracy. And I'd like for Gary or somebody from there to please come. And I would like to read to you the people who were part of it too. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Melody Young and Alexander, is it Flanagan?
Well, Alexander J. Flanagan, Jr. I don't get all that in there.
Exactly. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Would you like to say a few words?
Yes, I'd like to thank, there's so many people involved in this, not only just the people that are working behind the scenes. Rick Livingston, who was the host of that show. Special thanks to Marty Luster, who was our guest, and he took time out of his very busy schedule at just before election time, and even though he was going out of office, a lot to do in Albany, and then he took an hour out of his time to come here and just to do our show. And basically, I'd also like to thank very much, I'd like to thank Lauren, Paul, Mike, and PEGASYS itself. I mean, it's been a thrill, and it's something that, and they're never less than helpful here. And I want to thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, now we're on to this very exciting sports category that we never had before. And we've got 5 entrants in this category, which is very cool, and you're going to get to see a little bit of all of them. The first one is Penn New York All-Stars, produced by Keith Miller at PEGASYS. The second is Ithaca versus Corning East, produced by the Ithaca High School Gun Hill Studio crew. The third is Ithaca High School Boys Soccer 2002, produced by one of the Ithaca High School Gun Hill Studio students, Gregory Billing. The fourth is Bombers Football, Ithaca versus Buffalo, produced by Kara Rosenberg. And the fifth is You Think You Know Sports, produced by Brian Terwilliger and Chris Bombard at Ithaca College. So let's take a look at all of those clips right now.
Forearm to the head there by Duraco.
That's it, you got to keep him in the corner.
Oh, he's whipping him in. Oh, out of the way, and a roll up.
No,
he almost had it. That was so close.
He didn't get him.
Nice drop toe hold. Look at that. This janitor can wrestle.
I don't understand this.
Oh, and the old Three Stooges move. And a drop kick.
That's executed quite well. I never thought I'd say that. A janitor just executed a good drop kick. Come on,
he's quite a competitor.
Take your time, Duraco. Take your time.
See, now,
this is a smart move. This is a smart move. You got to recoup.
Now, as you said, 100 pounds perhaps, and he's walking around outside the ring.
The big story tonight is the Little Red being unable to finish all of their shots. Just got to find their touch, and they'll be fine. And the Trojans have seemed to be dominating on the inside, getting all the offensive rebounds and putbacks. Kelly with the ball. 18 seconds left in the first half. Kelly dribbling up top to Van Ort. Van Ort holding the ball, almost stolen by Lorenzo Lee. Van Ort dribbling. Ball is swung to Kelly. Kelly goes up. Shot is no good. Rebounded by Lorenzo Lee. 1 second left. Shoots it. That will end the half.
Yes, indeed, it's fun time, fun time. And you don't stop, because you can. And you don't stop, oh, when you can. And you don't stop. It's the A coming rock the show and shine. I wanna say a little something that's all going through. The disrespect of women has got to be due to all the mothers and the sisters and the wives and friends. I wanna offer my love and respect to that kind of the brand new flavor in your ear, number 13. And if you call it mac and zone, something's in a put the couch and watching my TV. Listen to wax, I'm not using the seat. Well, I'm that kid in the corner, all fucked up, and I wonder so I'm gonna take a piece off of my one up. I'm not quitting, think I'ma change up my style just to fit in. Underwear, else I'm a plastic, you bullshit, my shit is mine, I'm blind, I'm done, I'm about to sound, I got the ill communication.
Bombers spread the field to 4 wides now, looking at a 3rd down and call it about 3 from the 25-yard line. Belicetti up top, looking for Fiorini in the end zone, and it will be intercepted. Picked off in the end zone. That's number 2, John Leisure. And so the Bombers' offense stalls from the 25-yard line. They come away empty-handed.
We're going to look at it again here. Josh Belicetti does a good job of looking off receivers. Then he goes deep. Fiorini is open, but the ball is just underthrown a little bit. You're going to see Leisure as good position. And once that ball is underthrown, he's able to get right in front of Fiorini and take it away.
We'll stay with this one. What 2 teams won multiple World Series championships in the 1990s? Blue Jays and the Yankees. Yes. Well done, Jeff. You are in the lead
Well
with 50
done.
points. Still, you have 20. Blake and Craig, you have nothing.
Right.
You're the
Jeff.
last one.
What was that other category that we haven't done yet?
Streaks.
We'll do streaks.
All right. What Major League Baseball team recently won 20 games in a row?
Oakland A's.
That is correct. Well done.
We'll stay with this one.
With his 2,131st consecutive game played, Cal Ripken Jr. passed. Who buzzed it? Blake. Passed.
Well, I'm not really that good at sports myself. You can probably ask anybody here that knows about sports, and they can testify to my lack of knowledge about this subject. However, I've started to get a real appreciation of it lately, especially in terms of things like camera work, trying to follow a ball in flight and trying to follow it smoothly through a goal post or through a basketball hoop or through a great catch by someone. And especially when you see people that get that down to an art where you barely notice the camera work, it can be just as elegant as ballet or other kind of artsy things that that also involve following motion. So I've come to really admire the camera work, but the local sports itself is really important to this community. Ithaca High School, Ithaca College, Cornell sports is a big part of Ithaca. And to really see how many people come out to these games, how many people really notice these shows when they're not on. The Ithaca College football games are shown on the weekends, and if anything happens to those cable casts, we get calls. When they do come in, the quality is just beautiful. The person who's the producer of the show that's within this group of finalists tonight, Kara Rosenberg, started out at Ithaca High School as one of the Gun Hill Studios kids, and then she became an intern at News Center 7, and she's working at News Center 10 now. She's the producer of all of the football games that are happening all through football season, and she's really grown from starting out with our high school video club and video course through the potential. It really looks like she's making a great career for herself through Ithaca College. And PEGASYS helped. I mean, we kind of had a role in that, and sports helped too. Another one of the contestants in this category, Greg Billing, is an Ithaca High School student now. He has just started this semester as an intern in the sports department at News Center 10, and really I can see big things in front of him. He's obviously the driving force behind the basketball games that Ithaca High School has started covering. He's involved in that from the beginning, and he's involved in the soccer program that he also put in on his own behalf. And the amount of dedication and work that he puts into that, I can tell that he's obviously going on from high school to college. He's going to do more with video, more with sports, and again, PEGASYS and local sports and our local video programs at the high school and college level are all part of making these things happen. And without further ado, the winner in this category is Greg Billings for Ithaca High School Boys Soccer 2002. I don't see Greg here tonight, and I'm really sorry that I don't get to give this to him in person, although I hope that I'll get to see him shortly to pick up his award. But I do want you to know that he really has earned it, and he really has helped bring local sports to Ithaca audiences and Ithaca viewers, and we wish him all the best, and I hope that he goes on with video as part of his career. So congratulations to Greg if you're watching this at home, live or on reruns. We're going to move on to our next category, comedy and variety, and we have a special guest presenter for this category. Our special guest is waiting in the wings to be introduced. He is Nigel, and he is the goth host of the Herman Nugent Hour. And so, Nigel, if you would like to come up and...
Thank you. Thank you. I'm presenting the award for the comedy variety bit of this little shindig. Apparently they think goth is funny, which I think is right, because whenever I'm walking on the commons, people point and laugh, so it must be really funny. Anyhow, we've got 3 people participating in the comedy variety. The first is The Troll. by Ritva Cederström. Second is How May I Help You by James Wolan. I hope I got that right. Wolan, something. And number 3, Goodbye Danielle Steele, Marilyn Rowland. And let's see those clips.
Who is that tormented character? The troll?
He's not really a troll. He came here years ago to collect folklore, and he liked the location and stayed. His cabin is somewhere around here in the woods.
I'm surprised he chooses to stay here. People tormenting him and everything? That's so unenlightened. I can't believe that people are like that.
I guess it's human nature. The nature of the locals, anyway. That's your aunt's house over there.
Oh, well, I guess I'll see you later then.
Okay, I'll come by at dusk to pick you up for the dance.
Cool, bye.
All right, Phil. It's a slow morning. How the hell do you plan on doing this?
Okay. Last night I was up late watching the Informational channel. So the helicopter lore, the pancake flipper, Girls Gone Wild, and then, like it was divine prophecy for me to see this particular infomercial, on came the Abacus of Virtue. Now this device is guaranteed to help me pick the winning lottery numbers. At least once.
Bill, do you believe everything you see on TV?
Do you doubt my machine?
Frankly, yes, I do.
Well, I'll place a little bet on you. $50 says that this abacus will help me pick the winning lottery numbers.
50? Deal.
Get over it. Quit dreaming. The guy's a jerk. That's obvious. Okay, he's cute. He's not your type. If he was, he'd never be serious about some clinging vine named Angela. Wow, it's a beautiful day. I think I'll go home and call Wendy. Maybe we could bike around the lake again. And I'll call Ralph. Wendy said he'd be home for the weekend. Maybe he'd like to go to a movie. No reason why I can't do the asking. It is the new millennium, isn't it? To hell with romance novels. Bugger off, Danielle Steele.
All right, that was wonderful. Ha 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 ha. Anyhow, the winner of this category is one of the 3. I will tell you that much. The winner is... Hold on. Hello? Yes? No. I'm on TV. I was just wondering if you had any black nail polish. What do you mean you're out? How about the lipstick? No? Damn. Sorry, that was my cosmetic dealer. Anyhow, the winner of the program here, the comedy variety, goes to How May I Help You? James Wolan. There you are.
Thank you.
And Abigail Kirk, I guess, is one of your people working on the show. Would you like to say anything?
How May I Help You is one of the harder sitcoms we produce. It's one I'm pretty proud of. That's about all I've got. Thank you.
Okay. We're moving on to the religion philosophy category. There are only 2 competitors in this category. I have a problem every year getting people to enter in the religion philosophy category because all of the religious shows seem to have some kind of mental block about competing. If one of them wins, another one has to lose, and that wouldn't be nice, you know? So I go through this every year. We have quite a few religious shows that are produced down here. local services, different pastors, different denominations, and I beg all of them to enter this competition so that we can just show the range of different programs that are produced here. And they always say they will because they don't want to disappoint me. But then to actually get them to do it, you know, is another story. So I'm very happy that we have 2 competitors in this category, and the 2 are Ultimate Utopia by Jenny Marsella at Ithaca College and Good News by Nancy Raza, produced down here at Pegasus. So let's take a look.
On 9/11, initially, a year ago, the phones were almost silent after, I mean the crisis line phones, after the events occurred. And we found out later that nationally that was the case also, that crisis lines just suddenly went quiet. Now they went back to normal in a few days, but it was as if everybody was so focused on what was happening in the outside world and on their televisions or with family and friends that they didn't have the need to pick up the phone, and they weren't paying attention to what was happening in their internal world, possibly.
And again, I want to thank all of the people that go to their churches and produce programs sharing the services with all the people who are members of the congregation and are shut in, or sharing with other people who maybe don't have the time to attend church services regularly and get 3 or 4 other chances in the week to do that, and other people that do it on a one-time basis sometimes. Sometimes we have people doing revivals or other spiritual issues that they bring down to Pegasus to share with us. But moving on to the winner in this category is Ultimate Utopia by Jenny Marsella. It's like we're having an ICTV sweep. And I'd like to mention also a couple people that worked on the show: Peter Laleanis, Michelle Tice, and Michael Nagel. Congratulations.
Thank you. I remember when this show first was proposed to the executive board of ICTV, and I remember thinking not so much how are we going to approach religion on campus, but I was just surprised that there was enough religious commitment on campus for us to do a program. The show has really come together. The producers have worked so hard to bring out guests to come up with topics that have been really interesting. Jenny, the producer of the show, is right now studying in LA, but she'll be back in the fall, and hopefully we'll be continuing with this show. Thank you.
The next category is youth. That means shows produced by youth, not necessarily about, although it usually does work out that way, that they produce things of interest to youth as well. But this is for programs produced by people under 18 or within a course that may be led by an adult, but the program content is generated by the students in the course. We have a special presenter for this category who has a special interest in youth herself, and that would be Maureen Johnson, who I think is with us tonight. Maureen, could you come forwards to help act as a presenter? Oh, there you are. Let me just say a couple words about Maureen. You may have seen her on TV in her alter ego as Moe, the clown. So we've had the Moe show, which Maureen does as part of her work as an elementary school teacher in Lansing Elementary School. And it's something that she started to have an activity that is sort of a multimedia activity for her kids, and she gradually worked with PEGASYS staff to turn it into an ongoing TV show. She did a Christmas special down here, the first Moe Christmas special, and had all of her kids and all kinds of different people from politicians to policemen to different social servicemen. I believe she had Alan Cohen down here and several of the county council people as well. So Maureen knows her way around video and her way around youth. So thank you, Moe, for presenting in this category.
Thank you for asking me. I'm really honored to be here tonight, and I want to thank PEGASYS for all the help that you always give me with my TV shows and working with children. In the category tonight for youth, the first nominee is The Tales of the Ox, and the producer is Karl Madeo. And the second entry is Lake Street News, and the producers are Greg Billing, Paul Bain, and Laura Hamilton. So now we'll see the clips.
I think any one person could step up in a big game, but the other side of that is, yes, I do have to take some type of leadership role in just making sure that people are mentally prepared for the game and that they stay mentally focused throughout the whole game and don't slack off or just give up. So there's a little bit of leadership responsibility that's fair on my shoulders, but I try not to think about that amidst the game and just do what I would normally do.
Well, when we play UE, pretty much beating them is the team that the whole team wants to beat more than anybody else the whole season, because us and UE end up beating the top two teams in our division, and last year UE ended up beating us.
You know, the producers are the people that work behind the scenes and help the children, help the students. My children are fourth graders, but these are high school students, and all of the students do such an outstanding job on both of these programs and every other program that they work on. But there is only one winner. So the winner in the youth category goes to The Tale of the Ox by Karl Madeo and all the students at ACS. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks very much. I appreciate that. Tales of the Ox is a weekly show. We're on Friday nights on Channel 16 at 9 p.m. Have been, that's right, 8 minutes. You can go right from this to that. I just want to say thanks so much to the folks down in PEGASYS. Mike and Paul and Lauren, for 15 years, has really been supporting youth, learning, getting video skills, learning how to produce video, and it's been a tremendous thing. I know at ACS it's probably been a couple of hundred kids over those 15 years at least who have benefited from the work that PEGASYS has done, the way they've supported us. So I just want to say thanks a lot, and this inspires us to keep going. So thank you very much.
Okay, we're all the way up to category number 7, documentary. And I see some late arrivals came in and time out well with their category. There are 3 entrants in the documentary category, and it's amazing. We don't always have a documentary category because it's not like producing a talk show to come up with a documentary. The 3 that we've got here all took a tremendous amount of work and a tremendous amount of commitment compared even to your regular TV show. I just want to give you a little bit of an idea of what's involved behind some of these programs. Hunting and Gathering, produced by Sue-Ann Elizabeth Gamani. Did I say it right? No. Well, I didn't do so well with the last name. But when she first told me about this show she wanted to do, I listened like I do to everybody, and I nodded like I do to everybody, and I never in a million years thought that she would pull it off, because what she told me she wanted to do was she was going to travel from one end of the country to the other, and she was going to talk to people who didn't have regular homes and have regular jobs, and see how people who were living in cardboard boxes and living under bridges and not having regular meals or regular access to social services. And she wondered what it would be like to treat those people as human beings, not like human refuse or not like some kind of underclass, but basically live and see what their lives were like and get to know them as people. And she thought she'd take about 6 months to do that. And that seemed like a big job to me. Also, it just seemed like, I don't know, it seemed a little scary. It seemed like a lot of work. But she found, not only did she find support amongst her family to get a camera that she could take, she actually found a person who was willing to come and run the camera and help her while she did the interviewing and the talking to people. And she got herself a car and she got on the road, and I'll be darned if she didn't do it. I mean, we heard from her every now and then. 6 months later, she popped up with all of her footage, and she was ready to start editing. And then, I had to wonder whether she could do that because she hadn't edited before, and this was her first video. Well, she'd made one other that was just with her talking about things, but it's certainly not in league with pasting hundreds and hundreds of little bits together. So I was kind of doubtful that she could do this as a first project. Usually we tell people when they say they want to make a documentary, start with something simpler. How about a butterfly collection that takes 10 minutes long and you could talk about it? How about that, huh? But a project like this seemed like you could start it and never finish and get swallowed up. But she didn't take no for an answer, and she was editing every single day for a couple of months, and she got it exactly how she wanted it. She did a fabulous job, and she proved that she could do it, which just goes to show you, since she doesn't have an Ithaca College degree and she in video production, and she is not a master's in this or that in TV or in documentary production or has gone to film school. It goes to show that if you have enough determination and you want to do something, you can make it happen. Sue-Ann is living proof of that. The second show that's on here, The Making of Our New Library by Terry Harbin and Janet Steiner. Janet Steiner, of course, is the director of the Tompkins County Library, and Terry Harbin has been working as a media, what should we call you, Terry? Media person, all right. Well, I'm not so good with titles, or last names, as it turns out, either. But everybody knows Terry. Terry has been at the library as long as I've been PEGASYS. He's at PEGASYS. He has produced a number of documentaries, so I knew that he could do it. However, he doesn't have the resources that he used to have because the library liquidated all of its video production facilities. And Terry pretty much had nothing, and he didn't have much time to do it in. His bosses didn't know how much work was involved in making something like this. But Terry also wouldn't give up, and he decided he was going to do it, and he was going to make it come out the way he wanted, and he stuck to his guns, and it took a little bit longer than maybe people at the library would have liked. I mean, a lot of people somehow think a documentary can just, you can snap your fingers and make it pop out of the air. But Terry didn't give up, and he got his show done too, and he got it just the way done just the way he wants it. And I think people were really pleased at the library that he was able to document this. The third production is really kind of a bird of quite a different color. The Luminary News, produced by Kenny Ritter. Kenny Ritter is trying to do something that nobody else in this community is trying to do in just the same way. Kenny Ritter is trying to find out, is trying to do what public access was actually created for, to give underrepresented political voices a place to step forward and get their views across. So what Kenny Ritter has been doing is he has been talking to all the people that are standing out in peace demonstrations all over the place, the people that are demonstrating against the war with Iraq, the people that are demonstrating against tomatoes for some reason that I haven't quite figured out at the Taco Bell, and pretty much any place where there's an alternative voice. If there's an alternative voice in terms of a speaker that comes to town that wouldn't make the nightly news, that wouldn't get to be on TV, not only does Kenny Ritter go and point a camera for a minute, like you might see on a newscast, Kenny Ritter tapes the entire thing and puts the entire speech on TV. And Kenny Ritter's doing has been doing the Luminary News now for, what'll it be now? About exactly a year? Week in, week out. He's going out on weekends, shooting events almost every single weekend, and then arguing with us because his show goes on Mondays at 10 o'clock that he's not done. It's 9:30 and he's still editing, and he's 9:30 and he's still editing. Could we have the show, please? It's supposed to be on at 10. Every week we go through this. But the reason why Kenny does that and doesn't put his show on Tuesday is because he thinks he's really considering that he's doing news. He wants something that happened this weekend to get on Monday, or as soon as he could possibly get it on, as soon as he can get to it from his regular job, finish shooting, do his regular job on Monday, come down here Monday afternoon, edit all evening, and get it on TV by 10 so that it can be as fresh as possible in terms of current events. And Kenny's been doing this for a year now, and you would think at this point that Kenny would have gotten tired of it because it's just, you know, nobody's paying him. And nobody's officially thanking him, so wouldn't you think he would get tired? No, he's decided that instead of doing one show a week, he'd like to do 5 shows a week. Thank you very much. And that's what he's working for now, and sometime this year he hopes to be able to achieve that goal. So these 3 are not your regular run-of-the-mill producers that do one show and try this. These are people that are extremely deeply committed and extremely stubborn, and that all of us should be really grateful to have such stubborn people that go the extra mile or 10 miles, or in Sue Ann's case, I think it was probably about 8,000 miles, in order to get their particular vision across. So with that, let's take a look at the clips.
Being away from the cities was truly a godsend. We were surrounded by nature, beautiful landscapes, and we were feeling higher than a kite. Our camping friends were 3 kids who had been hunting and gathering for many months. They were really refreshing. I felt like their mom. Our next big spot was Sturgis, South Dakota. The biggest motorcycle event of the year in the world, and we were going.
You know the air is different in South Dakota. I'm drinking a Coca-Cola.
Before the Tompkins County Public Library could finally close its doors on its old site, it had one more thing to do. The huge oil portrait of its founder, Ezra Cornell, had to be removed from its place of prominence over the circulation desk and taken to conservators in Skaneateles, New York, for cleaning and restoration. The story of the new Tompkins County Public Library starts in 1863 when Ezra Cornell chartered the Cornell Public Library. Cornell deeply believed that a free public library would be useful in increasing the knowledge and elevating the moral and religious standards of the people.
There are a lot of places, like public access television, that a lot of people do not even know are there. In some communities, they haven't even activated their public access station, yet media activists have fought for this space, wrested it from the cable industry. They have a monopoly in town on cable, and so they have to set aside a few public interest channels for the public interest, and people we're trying to make sure people know about this and have programming and to air on these stations and on these channels, and also produce their own programming. That's what Democracy Now! Is about. It is not only a program, it's a movement.
One other thing that I want to say about this category is that this is the one category that one of our judges had to recuse himself because he actually helped a little bit on the show, so we only had 2 judges judging this category. Jim Blizzard exempted himself because he made the Tompkins County Courthouse editing facility available to Terry Harbin to do his editing on, and kind of gave enough advice and help along the way that he sort of got counted as part of the crew. So, so there were 2 judges for this category instead of 3. And the winner is The Making of Our New Library by Terry Harbin and Janet Steiner. And I'd like to read a couple people that helped, including Terry gave credit to Jim Blizzard, and to Joel Talmadge, who did the voice, and to Enrique Caseta, who did some shooting, and David Craig, who also did some shooting, and Joe Casaniti, who did interviewing.
Right.
Look, I'm guessing. And Keith Van Etten, I give up.
Cover of the video cover. We did it right. We made a cover, and it circulates in the library.
Wonderful. Would you like to say a few words about it?
It's good to come here every year and be recognized for the programming that's done, and it's good to see more people showing up every year, especially seeing Ithaca College here coming and getting awards, and the schools, and the broad range of public access programming. I've been doing this for over 20-something years, since it first started, back when it started, and the awards coming into play was that little something extra that did make it all worthwhile doing something. It's good that they have an awards, things like this, and it's recognized. The library video was my first program in a long time, and I had to learn how to digitally edit. And I had never done that, and that's where Jim Blizzard helped out a lot. And so I learned how to digitally edit to do this massive program, and it took over like 2 years of shooting to get a building from the beginning to the end. And I realized I shot too much. There's so much I didn't use, that I didn't need, that I still have. But I did get done, like Lauren said, kind of what I wanted and what the library wanted and what I thought the community deserved. And I hope that people get a chance to see this sometime. It circulates in your public library. And maybe some of these other programs that were produced here could also circulate at the library. We've been trying to get categories for local programming there. And if somebody makes nice covers and they do everything, we can certainly circulate them at the library to the rest of the community. Thank you.
Okay. For our next category, News Informational, we also have a special presenter. Robin Palmer will be our presenter for this category, and Robin is kind of like the grand old man of Ithaca free political speech, which is why he's going to be doing this. Robin, if you wouldn't mind coming up. For over 10 years, Robin produced a show called For the Duration. The reason why he called it For the Duration was because he decided he was going to make a show every single week, as long as it took certain conspiracies that he was interested to be resolved. In fact, he would still be making that show every week if it wasn't for the fact that he had to finish his taxes. Uncle Sam was on his back, and he finally, after years of saying he was going to stop and do his taxes, actually stopped to do that. Have you done your taxes, Robin? No. But Robin pops up on public access every now and then because all of the different programs that he has worked on value him as a political voice. In fact, he was just on TV last night on a program that pitted those who had different views about the current political situation against one another on Mark Finkelstein's Right Angle program. I believe you represented the right-hand side of the angle, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, no, I'm a straight shooter, right down the middle. I'd neither left nor right.
But in any case, Robin, as our grand old man of political speech, I'll let you do the honors for our news informational category.
Thank you, Lauren, and I would also like to thank you for the introduction you gave as to what this particular category is. I think you call it a combination category, news/informational. I would like to describe this category as the new Procrustean category. Now, I'll leave it to you looking in your dictionaries or encyclopedias for the meaning of that word, but it is one of my most favorite words. I will give you a hint. Procrustes is a character, an ancient character, who was an innkeeper at the side of the road. In any case, this new Procrustean category, news informational, has 4 entries. 2 are produced here in PEGASYS Studio, and 2 at Ithaca College. The first one is Ithaca DSA Presents, produced by Teresa Alt. DSA standing for Democratic Socialist Alliance. Excuse me? Of America? Democratic Socialists of America. Oh, somebody gave you some wrong information. I meant to ask you, Lauren. That's what I get. If I try to find something and don't ask Lauren, I know I'm going to be embarrassed. And the second one is Finger Lakes Forum. And that's produced by Ben Curtis and Pauline Layton. Now, I know that Terry Harbin is really the senior producer of anybody in this room or any of these shows. But with the possible exception of Good News in the religious category, Finger Lakes Forum is the most senior program that is of any of the programs listed tonight. And the third one is News Watch, produced by Jeff Saperstone at Ithaca College. And the final is All Angles, Bias-Related Incidents, produced by Mark Klein and Alicia, that's Alicia, it's a misprint in the program, Alicia Schulman. And can we have those now?
Our defense budget is twice as large as the 10 next largest defense budgets in the world, and we no longer have any...
Combined?
Combined. Mm-hmm. Combined. It's twice as large as the next 10 countries. In other words, Russia, China, Germany, France, you know, all the major, Britain, all the major military powers in the world. And obviously, we no longer have an arms race with Russia. In fact, we're not helping enough, but they're trying to cut back on their size of their nuclear weaponry. I think we could radically accelerate basically putting out of commission permanently most of our nuclear missiles abroad, the Russian and our own, and keep whatever minimum is needed to maintain a balance with, say, China or Russia. But in other words, there's tremendous waste in the defense budget that annually we could save about $180 billion.
I think that's changed a great deal. I think preservation is now in the mainstream in a way it never has been before. Issues of quality of life and sense of place and all those things that we as planners and preservationists talked about for years are now what you hear at Chamber of Commerce dinners about the need to maintain the quality of life and really have the uniqueness of each habitation mean something. And these are things that bankers and insurance people, these are things at Rotary that they're saying. And so preservation is on a lot of people's lips that it never was before.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Kel Thompson.
And I'm Emily Reamer. Groton residents are up in arms today following last night's announcement of Superintendent Mary Lou Cronin's resignation at the Board of Education meeting.
But there's still debate tonight over what should be done with Board President Russell DeMond. His actions were called into question recently when he fired Groton Principal Lee Cravata.
That story is first on 16 tonight. Senior correspondent Julie Cochran is live in the newsroom with more. Julie.
Well, Cal and Emily, at a meeting last night, parents, teachers, and citizens gathered to express their concerns about recent actions by the Groton Board of Education. After the public hearing, the board announced that Superintendent Mary Lou Cronin had resigned from her position. Earlier today, I spoke with two parents who are part of a group of citizens who have joined together to share information and to voice their concerns about the board's actions.
Good evening and welcome to All Angles. On the right, I'm Kyle Clark.
And on the left, I'm Joy Langley. This evening we discussed the Bias-Related Incidents Committee.
Now, a little brief history on that, Kyle. It started in about 98, late 90s at least. This incident committee was created to handle issues of bias on campus, obviously. These are, as you see when you open up the Ithaca every Thursday, homophobic remarks, remarks that would be degrading to a certain group of people, things that could be taken as being threatening to some person. Now, recently, and in the past years, obviously, it's come into some fire now. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, yeah, people have taken issue with it for different reasons, people on the left, people on the right. A lot of people think that it stifles speech, and seeing that universities are created to foster speech, the issue then becomes where does free speech end and hate speech and so forth begin?
And the winner is Newswatch 16. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations to you.
I'm going to help Robin out.
Yeah,
here.
why
He
don't
doesn't
you
have
do
his glasses
that?
and read out the names of some of the crew. This is Cal Thompson.
Thank you.
And Aaron Mason, Adriana Pasca, Maureen McCann, Emily Delaney, Ben Church, Tyler Marinello, James McGraw, Emily Reamer, Peter Busa, John Cook, Chris Honorato, Matt Hodgson, Mike Nagel. Yeah, I think we're back at the beginning again. Well, a big crew. Congratulations. And what a wonderful news set these guys have. I'm very jealous of it.
Well, actually, we made that ourselves off of a budget of maybe $200. It's amazing what you can do when you're strapped for cash. First of all, thank you so much. I've been with Newswatch since my freshman year, and I think that we are at a point where we have never looked better. Of course, a great deal of thanks goes to Jeff Saperstone, our news director emeritus, who retired as of December of last year. It really is an honor and a privilege to serve the Ithaca community, and something that we are afforded at Ithaca College that no other school that I know of gets is the ability to send reporters out into the community to report on the community. And for that, I want to, of course, thank all of Ithaca, all of you out in the audience. A shout out goes to our televisions manager, Eloise Green, who is a driving force behind ICTV and behind Newswatch. Thank you so much.
Okay, we're down to category number 9, the last category before our Best of Public Access and Best of Educational Access. We're now at short subject. And short subject is anything less than 10 minutes, no matter what the subject is about. Yes, we have one very excited contestant here who is, you're going to see a clip of her show in just a little bit. Let me read out the entrants. The first is Books Through Bars by Jordan Alexander. The second is Wiped Clean by Paul Bain and Greg Billing from Ithaca High School. The third is DDR Max by Michael Farthing Cole. I think that's an Ithaca College production, is that right? Yeah. No? High school? I got a missing bit of info here. And the fourth is, come here, give him a preview. Come here. Ananda's Energetic Dance. Come on, let's see it. By Mike Brutvan and Ananda Brutvan. Well, you'll get to see the energy. She doesn't want to give you any previews. You're going to have to wait to see the video clip to get to see the energetic dance. And fifth is, really, Aesthetic Angst by Andre Puka. And all of these shows are as different as they can be. So let's take a look.
There's not a whole lot of programs of this kind that send books to inmates, and it seems like perhaps they have access to libraries, but the truth is a lot of times libraries and jails and prisons aren't very adequate.
Books Through Bars of Ithaca believes that education is a right, and so we send a lot of educational books out to people. Some of our most requested books are dictionaries, Spanish to English dictionaries, GED materials, and it ranges from everything from cultural studies to literature and novels.
Think Mr. Spencer's going to accept this video? Right now, I don't really care. I'm just trying to get it done.
You know it's going to be like the worst video ever.
Yeah, whatever. Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay. Do you think it's wrong for the city to give out parking tickets to cars that have just been parked in the no parking zone for 5 minutes of parking?
Yes, it's perfectly fair.
No, you're supposed to say no. It's a news story, okay? Go.
Okay, no, it's not fair.
Why not?
Because they should be allowed to park there.
Good. Thanks for doing this.
Yep.
Okay. Do you think it's wrong for the city to give out parking tickets to cars that have just been parked in the no parking zone for 5 minutes of parking?
Yes, it's perfectly fair.
No, you're...
It goes like this.
Well, as you can see, you never know what's going to turn up in the short subject category, from humorous to very, very serious. And the winner is Wiped Clean by Paul Bain and Greg Billing. I think that Greg Billing has had a hard time getting here tonight. This is his second award. But I will, it looks like we've got another person, John Billing, I would guess, is Greg Billing's brother, who participated in this show. So congratulations to both of them. And now I'm going to move on to the grand prize winners, the 2 public access programs and the 2 educational/governmental access programs that we'll be sending on to the National Hometown Award. Let me just set this aside. Oh. This was the second person on the White Clean crew, Zach Kazaranoff. All right, the way we figured out the best of, as I mentioned, was everybody came out with a numerical score, which is why people might win the best of public or the best of educational and not have one in their category possibly, even though they might also have one. And we had 2 that won in their categories and 2 that did not. In the case of the best public access shows, neither of them won in their categories, so these are our surprise winners. And the highest public access scoring program was the one that you just saw last, Aesthetic Angst by Andre Puka. And Andre has been in our digital editor, the premier editor, since about 5 o'clock this afternoon, working on a new program, and has basically had to come out and accept this award before he goes back to editing, probably. Congratulations, Andre. Tell us what was involved in this.
Yeah, I didn't know. I was back there editing, so I didn't know that this was going to happen. But basically, yeah, no. What you saw was shot in film, 16mm film, and then I transferred it to video and then edited it here. And that's the next project I'm working on also, shooting it on film and then transferring it and editing it. And I was able to makes lots of changes to the original film that I had initially edited on film and then transferred to video. That's what you saw, and I was much more pleased with the digitally edited copy. So thank you very much.
The second highest scoring public access show, I don't see her here tonight, but I'm going to say a couple of words about her anyway, is presented to Goodbye Danielle Steele by Marilyn Rowland. What I wanted to say about Maryland is one of the people that makes working in public access really worthwhile. She's somebody who has a zillion interests in her life. She's had children, had a career, had a family, lived in Ithaca her whole life, and all of a sudden, out of the blue, one day she decides she wants to learn how to make videos. She didn't actually decide that. She joined an advertisement for a comedy troupe, and it turned out that it was a comedy troupe that the leader of the group wanted to make a video of the comedy troupe. So she started out as an actor, and she hadn't done that before, and she hadn't done comedy before, and all of a sudden she found herself on Access Television doing comedy, having shoes waved at her head and being browbeaten or browbeating someone herself. And then she turned and started to make programs herself. She's been making programs about, she made a program last year which was wonderful that was all about her little niece and doing agility training with her little niece's corgi dog, and it was just the cutest thing you ever saw. She's made shows about training a pony. She has a 3-part show. She's finishing part 2 right now about how to take a pony that hasn't been trained before and how to make it be a well-behaved, well-trained pony. And she made this, which is a comedy program. 3 completely different types of programs that Marilyn has done, and each time she's just tried to do things that will challenge her and that she finds personally rewarding. So we're happy to send another show on this year for you, Marilyn, onto the Hometown Awards. Congratulations. And for the best educational and governmental access programming, again, we have the 2 highest numerical scoring shows of all of the programs that you've seen tonight. And those shows, the highest scoring one was Ithaca High School Boys Soccer 2002 by Greg Billings. Congratulations, who's not here. And right up there next to him, just a 1/10 of a point away, was Tales of the Ox by the ACS crew with Karl Madeo. Come on up, Karl.
Thanks a lot.
So, best of the best.
Thanks very much. Not much else to say, but thank you very much. And we'll keep producing this stuff. A lot of kids take part. And actually, we've expanded now. So in addition to high school students, a lot of middle school students at ACS are also taking part in video. So we'll keep going for another year. Thanks a lot, Laura.
Great. Well, it's time to wrap up. And one thing that I like to do at the very end of the show is to get everybody who's to come up here with their awards and hold them up for the camera in one big group shot and goodbye. So if all of you guys who won an award tonight would mind, or anybody who's worked on their crew would mind coming up, bring your awards, and kind of give me a nice group shot to go out on. I'd love to have you stand here by me. Oh, come on. Public access people are so shy. And for all of you at home, thank you so much for being with us tonight and sharing this very special night with us and getting to see a little bit behind the scenes. Not all the producers you've seen here tonight are in their own program. Some of them like to hide behind the scenes, and this is the only chance you get once a year to actually see them. Thank you to all of you guys for producing these wonderful shows, and thanks to all of you for being with us. And until next year, let's give them a big newlywed game. Good night.